From 2022 end and 2023, people were exploring more on generative AI. Maybe it got more attention after ChatGPT. So I believe you all used ChatGPT. So sometimes without knowing its use cases or without knowing its features, we started using it. But now it's evolving, say day by day, industries and even academics coming up with more use cases. And the reason the marketing campaign is most of the industry started expecting ROI very quickly, kind of low hanging fruit. So this is the very easy area to pick it, and it will be useful for, I thought here lots of startups are there, small scale companies are there. So they may not have a separate team for marketing or sales, even a founder or some key person has to take care of everything. So this will give them a start on marketing campaign, how they can start. So that is the idea behind it. And someone was asking what kind of technologies. So today I will use Azure OpenAI as well as Vertex AI. I can show you the whole thing, how you can do it in Azure OpenAI or Vertex AI. And also the second thing is I will, if you are a programmer, how you can take the code and you can integrate within your application. You can create a front end or you can directly use the ChatGPT, but instead of that, if you want to have a whole control, you can use some Gradio or some fast API. You can create some front end and you can integrate the code without writing a single line of code. You can just take the code from Vertex AI or Azure OpenAI and you can integrate it. So that's the plan. So thanks for the introduction. I believe most of you, say I can say 70-80% having understanding on generative AI. Let me know if someone wants to touch base or start Gen AI basics as well. So what is Gen AI? Okay, okay, sure, I will touch that. And how many of you know what is multimodal? So today the use case also I'm going to explain based on multimodal, say image and that's what the sketch. Okay, say here prompting, it's very important. So nowadays they are telling English is the new programming language. So if you know how to talk with the machine, you will get it done, the work. So that way the good idea can become a great idea by giving a right prompt. So today the session, most of the things, whatever we are getting it through a better prompt only. I have around 15 years of experience. I work as a data science manager at Ingram Micro, and recently I got this Microsoft Valuable Profile. The reason I picked both, so in my office company I'm working Vertex AI, and for community purpose I'm working on, or I'm learning Azure AI. So that is the idea. And also if you want to explore both the different providers, so this will be good. And we can talk little on generative AI era and the use case. And yeah, so this would be for the beginner. So if you have little knowledge on Python, you can pick this up. Maybe after the session, I can share you the code as well. But you need to have the subscription, the Vertex AI Gemini subscription or the Azure OpenAI subscription, so that you can practice it. Okay. So say already I said that 2023 everyone wants to start generative AI journey. So most of them started. These are all the different industries using generative AI for their use cases. So if you see marketing and advertising having the highest utilization compared to the other industry, it is very important, at least you should start your journey. Even though you are not using or you are not making any production, at least you should aware of generative AI technologies, which will give you some front face. Even all the companies started exploring and they want to use AI in their existing application. Say they want to do data modernization or they want to do AI modernization. Like whatever they have built so far, so they are adding AI or some additional cloud things to improvise their application. So any other marketer, anyone wants to share your pain point? Yeah.
So our product is based on physiotherapy. So the most challenging thing is to we usually get some kind of leads.
First level, say for example, when you started working on that campaign, you should have a domain knowledge. Say you said your physiotherapy products, right? So you should have a complete understanding on physiotherapy products. So that domain expertise. So once you get the expertise, then you should have the marketing understanding. For example, what is campaign, whom to target, what segment I should target. So you should have the complete understanding. And also, so which place I can sell more. For example, which age group or which region I can sell more. So you should have the complete understanding, so that say your difficulty, you said people are coming in but they are not turning up. So there is a possibility that you are reaching a wrong customer. For example, say you are reaching 20 years to 25 years age group, or even up to 30-35 years. So they may young, and they are good with the health, so they may not need of any physiotherapy products. So you can do the segmentation, and or the other things, you can take the data who are returning customer, so you can see the demographic of them. So which age group or which region, or what is the specific customer segment. So then if you can target them more. So if you need all those information, with the help of generative AI, we can generate it. At least we can get a starting point, whom to target, which demographic. So that information easily we can get it. A person starting a company, so they are very good in their product, but they don't know how to market, or they don't know how to create the complete picture. So that scenario, this use case will be useful. So you want to create some customized content for a target audience. For example, say she told about the physiotherapy product. So she want to create two different content, one for elders, one for younger people. So easily we can create it. You just need to specify the category. For example, help me to create the content for age group 25 to 35 and above 35. So that we can do easily. And so if you want to create some personalized recommendation, so that also we can do. And automating the content generation. For example, they are starting with India, and they are a global company, and they want to scale it up. So with the help of GenAI, easily you can automate the process. You just need to give the prompts and it will generate the content how you want. And analyzing the customer data. For example, you have say last 2 to 3 years of sales data, and you can take the data and you can feed into GenAI and ask GenAI to create the segments. So based on the data, for example, which age group are your most purchased customer or most declined customer. So you can plan your marketing campaign accordingly. And say you want to create n number of pitch decks, so within a minute, so you can do it. And you want to create some ads. I said about the multimodal, right? So you want to create some videos or some images, AI specific, AI generated images, so that also we can do. But it has certain difficulties or some certain limitations. But if your industry is fine to avoid that, you can use that. And you are getting n number of customer inquiries. So with the help of GenAI, you can summarize it very easily. Say these are all the different use cases. You can try it after the session. So like I will give say 5-10 minutes on generative AI. What is generative AI? So generative AI, which is like machine, will help you to generate something. So in terms of text, code, or image, or speech, or video. For example, you are giving a prompt to generate some content for you. For example, you want to send an email to your customer, so you can just ask the prompt. I mean, you can ask the GenAI, anyone, OpenAI or Azure OpenAI or Vertex AI, anyone. You can just give a prompt and you will get the content. Or you want to post some LinkedIn post, so definitely you could have used ChatGPT. The same thing. Already they trained something, the pre-trained models, so that is helping us to give the content. So in terms of different thing, text, code, or image. So in today's session, we are going to use text, code, and image. So this is at a high level overview. Say I'm giving some prompt. Say example, create a email for my customer, specific customer. So you are giving a prompt. So with the help of generative AI, we are able to do the different set of tasks. For example, the document summarization, code generation, or marketing campaign. So you can do n number of tasks. And we have some specific foundation models. For example, if you want to do text, only certain models will support. Say you want to try multimodal, certain models will support. So that also we can see what models will support. And this is the workflow. In prompt we have different types: zero shot, few shot, and multi shot. So this is nothing but you are just asking a mail, so that is zero shot. So if you are giving some example, you are giving some sample content and you are asking Gen AI to generate content similar to the example, or you are giving some role based. Think like you are a marketing executive, help me to write the content. So based on that, it will generate the content. And once you are giving it, the reason I'm using Azure OpenAI or Google, so they are providing the security mechanism. So they are following all the AI data principles. Responsibly, they are taking care of everything. So we don't need to worry on anything. So because it is coming from Google and Microsoft. So the responsible AI and safety will take care of the prompts as well as the responses. So after that, it's going to the foundation model. Today we are going to use pre-trained models only, the Gemini Flash and few models. We will see that. And yes, I have created certain use cases, and I want to go my industry specific or my company specific. So in that case, you can go for the fine-tuned models. So we can see little on fine-tuned models as well. And so once that is done, then if you are doing a fine tuning, that model customization should be required. The data preparation, tuning, evaluation, deployment, and monitoring. So that would be required for fine tuning the models. For pre-trained models, that fourth step is not required. And once that is done, the grounding service, you are asking something, some hallucination is happening. If you want to avoid the hallucination, you can use that grounding service. With the help of grounding service or with the help of evaluation, creating some guardrails will avoid the hallucination. And once that is done, then again it's coming to the responsible AI and safety, and you are getting the response. So this is the whole flow. So today, when I'm raising some prompt, so it will go to the responsible AI safety window, then it will go to the pre-trained model, and whatever the prompt I'm asking, it will generate the response and it will give it to me. So that we will see it in the demo. And we discussed about multimodal. So multimodal, it's nothing but I'm giving a text and I'm generating some image or generating some video, or vice versa. I'm giving some image and I'm generating the content. Maybe you are using Google Lens. You are just taking photo and you are getting the text from that image. So that is also will come under this. And yeah, so this is multimodal and I will not go in detail. We will discuss everything in the use case itself. So this is also some other use cases in generative AI. For example, if you want to do some description, captioning, for example, you are taking a video and you are uploading into YouTube. Maybe this example itself you can take it. So when I'm speaking, the text is getting generated. So this itself one use case. So the reason I kept this intentionally to talk about this use case. And information extraction, say you are having a financial report. So you want to get some summary from the financial report. What is the sales? What is the future plan? What is the trend? So that scenario, the information extraction will be helpful. Even it will work in images and videos as well. And yeah, information analysis, we can see it in the demo. And the Q&A also, it's evolving. Say you are creating a 100-page or 1,000-page document, you want to create a Q&A, you can create a Q&A bot, and based on that document, you will get the answers. Okay, and yeah, generating a story, it's similar to generating an email campaign. And data conversion, maybe say if you want to convert some of your data types, text to JSON or some other formats, as a programmer, this may be helpful. So how many of you seen recently ad? So they will show the food, then it will take a picture and it will tell you the calories. For example, how many calories from that plate. I believe it is in China or some other country. So they kept a camera in their hotel, and you can just show and it will show the calorie, and you can adjust it accordingly, it will get. So that is also one cool use case. And recently Samsung started the use case based on the fridge, whatever the vegetables we have, it will suggest you a dish. For example, you have some specific vegetables, what dish you can make from that vegetables. So that is also another use case recently I come across. So now we'll go to demo, explaining everything in Jupyter Notebook. And if you want to know how you can get that code from Azure OpenAI or Vertex AI, so that also I'll be showing. Okay, so the reason I taken Jupyter Notebook, it will be easy, and if you are aware of Python, you can try it very easily. And I'm just installing the necessary packages. For example, I taken a API from Vertex AI Gemini, and I'm using that in my code. So I'm installing certain libraries. For example, I'm importing Google.generative AI as a Gen AI, and I'm handling some images, and also I'm displaying some text formattings I'm doing. So for that I have used certain packages. I guess you are good with it. So some more packages, so that I will skip it, and I created some functions. So when I'm getting a image URL, how I need to handle it, or some generating some responses, I created the function. So this just for getting the output correctly, or creating the response. Okay, so so this API also I have already generated, and today we are going to see all this. For example, so we will be seeing the marketing insights, and we will generate the product name and the website content, and some product insights, and create social media content and multilingual. So this we are going to see it. So here I have two images. So one is jetpack backpack, and other one is one water bottle. Okay, so we'll take this use case. For example, you are producing these products, and you want to sell these products. Maybe you are selling it in Amazon, or you are creating a website and you want to sell it. Say you are a hardcore business person, and you just know about the product, but you don't have any understanding on the marketing strategies. For example, creating the product name or creating some description, and also you want to scale it up. For example, you want to sell it in some other countries also. So in that scenario, how you can utilize generative AI, and you can you can sell your product. So that is the use case. Okay, so here I just loaded two images. Maybe first I will go with the jetpack. Say this is the image I have. Other than that, I don't have anything. I have an image, I just did a sketch and I have it. Okay, so I just loaded. So here I'm just giving a prompt. So I'm just telling that this image contain a sketch of potential product which I want, and with this sketch help me to create the product name, and in the image whatever the description is there, I'm just trying to get it. I'm just passing this prompt to generative AI, the Vertex AI API. Okay, so then here I'm just generating the content for me. So this is the content I'm just generating. It is similar to ChatGPT, but instead of ChatGPT you are using a front end thing. Here I'm just running through the code. Okay, so now I just got the description. So whatever I have it in the image, the jetpack backpack is a backpack that looks like a normal backpack, but it has certain features. For example, 15-minute battery life, and USB charger, and some padded strap support. So whatever we have it in the image, I'm able to get it as a text. For example, this is the backpack, and whatever the features I have, I'm able to get it in a text. Okay, so then now I'm just asking a prompt to give me some names. For example, say I have a product, I want to create some names for my product. So then again I'm asking the ChatGPT, the OpenAI to generate the content for me, few names. So here itself I have given certain description and features. So here I'm just passing the product info. Here I'm just passing the prompt and asking to provide different names. For example, this is a role based prompt I'm giving, marketing whiz, and I'm asking to get some different names based on the image I just loaded. So then it is helped me to generate these names. For example, based on that image, it is giving me some suggestion, the commuter or the flight pack or the skyway. So I'm able to get the description. Now I'm able to get the product names. Okay, so now I can use this names for my product. So once I get the names, now I'm just trying to create some website content for me. So again, I'm just telling you are a marketing whiz and a expert copywriter. So now the next role is coming. The first role, you just asked them to create some content, and now you are asking whiz, you are a copywriter and help me to create the website content for me. And here also I'm asking certain samples. For example, H1, header 1, header 2, I'm just pausing it, and this is the example I'm giving. We canned a filling or drinks and powders to help. So I need similar to the headers. I'm just pausing it here, and the output I need it as a JSON output. I'm just passing inside the prompt, and I'm trying to get the response. So it will help me to create some header 1 and header 2. So once that is done, now I'm just getting some header 1 and header 2. For example, reach new heights as a header, and some product descriptions I'm getting it from the generative AI. Okay. So I will keep it. So this I will use it in my website content later. So now I want to generate some insights for my product. Okay. So here I'm just pausing, tell me about water bottles, market trends, and 2030 forecasting. I'm just asking generative AI, what is the market trends, and also what is the forecasting for 2030. So I'm just pausing this prompt, and so this prompt is helping me to create the complete insight about the water bottles, the next product. I guess you was asking whether I can generate content as well as the marketing plan. So that it is helping me to generate. So with the help of pre-trained models, I'm able to get it. The key market trends, for example, sustainability, the smart feature, personalized option. So this would be the key market trends for the product. And the forecast for 2030 forecast. So we have a market of 22.9 billion by 2030. So this will help you to plan your marketing strategy. And also it is giving me the growth drivers, and what are all the emerging trends, so that you can get it. And also it is helping you to get to know the industry players. So who are all the industry players, and what is the challenges, the competition, the supply chain disruption, the regulatory changes. So these are all some challenges. So based on this, you will get a high level understanding. Say if you want to launch your product, what are all the areas you need to focus, or what areas you need to see. So that will, you can get it. So here, yep.
Is this different from ChatGPT?
Yeah, ChatGPT, you cannot have a control. For example, now I'm just asking this and it will give the response. So next times again you have to rely on ChatGPT. Now I can build for my company. Say my company is taking care of healthcare. So I can create specific to healthcare, and it can be available inside the organization. And ChatGPT, your information will go to ChatGPT, and there is a possibility threat on your data. But this you can control within your organization. And also you can create a custom models as well. For example, if you want to do some specific data, you can go with the fine-tuned model. Any other questions? Is it okay? Okay, fine. So now, say maybe you may think that with the plan,
Right.
say once you want to scale it up, so we have certain methodologies. The first we started with some human feedback only. For example, we will generate the content and give it to our existing marketing insights. So whether it is generating a right content. So that is the first way we tried it. Then you can create a evaluation, the text framework, like similar to your data science problem. You can create a evaluation techniques and evaluate how it is performing it. If you are not relying on this data, then you have to use your own sales data. For example, you have your last 5 years sales data. So if you can take it, or you can rely on some third party IDC or Gartner, you can buy the report from them, and you can use that data to train your model.
A model with that, and then only we can
Correct.
generate from that.
So for example, at a high level, say a startup, you can start with this idea use case. So if you want to scale it up, you have to go with the trained data. Okay, for getting this, you need to have a subscription, Azure subscription, and also you should have access to Azure OpenAI so that you can get this API. So this is view of Azure portal. So it will have n number of services. So you can compare with your system. You have compute and speed, RAM. So similar to that, in cloud also we will access that resources, and we can call it in our application or our use case. Okay. So for today thing, I'm going to take this AI Studio. Okay, so I have already created some models, and here you can see all the different service provider models as well. For example, we are having some models from Microsoft or Meta. So you must be heard about Llama. So in your WhatsApp itself, you are getting in search, you are getting the Llama model, Mistral or NVIDIA. So these are all the different models available in Microsoft Azure OpenAI. And I mentioned about the task, right? For example, the multi-model I spoke. So here, if you are using only text generation, then you can pick this model. For example, I'm just selecting text generation as a task. For that, you can use these models, say Llama, or mostly only Meta models are coming, and here Mistral models also coming. So in this way, you can choose the right model. And somebody asked, say, how I can rely on this data. So you can pick some local specific models. So Sarvam AI and some other language models also started coming from India. So that will be completely from Indian base. So maybe you can get specific information which you can trust India data. So that you can pick it up. So this will help you to pick the model. Okay, and I mentioned that if you want to use some of your own data, so that scenario you have to do the fine tuning. So for that, you certain models only support. For example, the model supporting in text, it may not be a fine tuned model. So if you want to know that, you can pick the model accordingly. Or your use case, you are having some translation or some Q&A, you can pick the model based on this. Okay, and also if you want to specifically pick based on the providers, you can take it. So this is one thing. And the next thing I just want to explain on the model part, the foundation model part. So you can just go into the model, and you can read about the detail. So what kind of training data they have used. For example, the Llama model, I just went in, and these are all the different versions, Llama 2. And what is the parameter size? So parameter, it's nothing but that many parameters they have used it for training. So if the parameter size is increasing, the model accuracy also will get increased. For example, if you compare with the 7 billion parameter and the 70 billion parameter, the 70 billion parameter will give you more accuracy. Okay, and we can get other details also. For example, this model will support only text and output also text, so it's not a multi-model. Okay, and yeah, what is the intended to use, and yeah, now they started giving the carbon emission and all, because companies started concerning about this. So they are giving all the details, and also they are giving which data they have used it, the training data, and they are giving it clearly. So the data is up to date till July 2023 only. So if you are asking something about a recent Olympic, this will not provide you the content, or it may hallucinate. And here you can see about the model evaluation. So you was asking about how I can trust this data, right? So while selecting the model itself, you can compare all this. For example, what is the common sense reasoning, and what is the word knowledge, what is the reading comprehension. Say, as I said, when we have more parameter, for example, 70 billion parameter will have more word knowledge, 63%. The common sense reasoning also 71%. And also whether you can use this model for mathematical operations or some other things, that you can compare it here. So based on this, you can pick the model. For example, if you feel that this Llama model will not be suit for your use case, you can pick the relevant model. You want to compare some Mistral model and some Meta model, you can compare it. And also it will give you 4 different parameters like model accuracy and model coherence and model groundness, and model fluency. So based on this, you can get the understanding to pick or choose which model. So this will be helpful. And the next thing, the prompt catalog I want to show. So I was telling you don't need to have a programming knowledge, right? So you asked why we need to use this. Say you can pick based on the prompts. For example, you are telling you are a travel assistant. So you are a travel ticket booking company and you want to create some chatbot. Then you can pick this. So for example, it is just telling some you are an AI assistant and the prompts, sample prompts and all it will be giving. So then you can just go to the project playground. Yeah, so here you can just select whatever the model you want. For example, in this scenario, I have selected GPT-4, okay? And you can pass some parameters. So once you set it up and you are doing the testing, then you can just go to view code. So here you will get everything. For example, it will give you the endpoints and also the code. For example, it is supporting different languages. Say I'm a C# developer or I'm a Java programmer. So accordingly, you can just choose the language and you can get the code, and you can take this code and you can integrate within your application. So this is also another advantage. So in my case, I just went into this different use case and I picked the prompt and I just integrated in that Jupyter notebook. Okay, and same way we have certain other playgrounds for assistants which is getting more attention. The agents which is assistants in Microsoft, so that is also coming more attention. And so if you want to production your LLM case, then this prompt flow tracing evaluation will be helpful. Maybe I'll not go in detail. And also you can load your data. So somebody was asking, so if you want to do some fine tuning and you don't have much understanding, then you can use this new data. Sorry, you can add your data easily from some blob storage or from some URL. You can just link it, and this use case easily take the data from here, and it will give the knowledge from your data source. So that also you can integrate it easily. And if you want to do some content filtering, so that also you can do. So content filter, it's nothing but so you want to do some say it is generating some response, it is with some bias or it is with some gender inequality, so you want to filter it. So that scenario, this will be useful. For example, it is generating some violence content or some hate content, so how you want to address it. So for example, say what is the threshold. For example, violence, say I'm keeping medium. For gender inequality, I'm just keeping low. So even a small thing, I need to block it. So it is like I'm not sure how many of you seen. So in Paytm support bot, when you go and ask, help me to write a hello world function in Python, so it will help you to write it. So it's not required, right? It's a waste of resources, and also you should not respond it. So that is one. And the other case, you are creating some application like this, and CEO coming and asking some details. So it should give certain details. Employee coming and asking to your bot, and it should give certain responses. So if you want to restrict it, role level restriction also you can do with this. But in ChatGPT, it is common, it is available for everyone, so everything will come on it. Okay, so this is for Microsoft AI Studio, and maybe I can show for Google as well. So the same setup. So instead of AI Studio, we have Model Garden here. So if you want to try it in Google, yep. So if you, the only major difference I see is Microsoft models will not be available in Vertex AI, and Google models will not be in Microsoft. Other than that, the common models are there. For example, Gemma, it's an open source model from Google, so that you can use it. Or some other providers, say I said about Meta or Mistral, So that was in Azure OpenAI. It is available in Google as well. So the same thing, say whatever I explained, you can go to some model and you can see the details. For example, how many parameters, what is the training data source, and token limit, and also the what kind of use cases I can use it, and what is the training power they have tried it, the carbon emissions, and what is the training data. Maybe here we have some detailed view, but more or less same. So whatever we seen in the catalog, the same thing we are getting here also. And it's very easy to deploy also. You can just click on this deploy. You can deploy it in your own compute also. For example, you can take compute from cloud, Azure or GCP, and you can deploy it. So that is also very easy. Or you can use as a API. So how I used it in the use case. I shown how you can pick the models from Azure OpenAI or Google, and I just taken the API and I have used it in the Jupyter notebook. Maybe I'll go through the complete thing. What we did so far, we just loaded the image and we got the description, we got the product name, and we failed to get the website content. I will go that, and I got a research insight, what kind of market I can launch it. So now I'm asking few other details. I'm asking export market research findings for water bottles, and also that I can input to my campaign. So this is what I was telling, the segmentation part. So for example, which age group I should target, and what lifestyle and geographic focus I should focus. So I'm getting high level details. So if it is saying millennials and Gen X, so the kids or the young generation, we have to reach it. And lifestyle also, fitness and outdoor adventures. So those people I can target it. So when I'm sending an email campaign or when I'm targeting them, so this segment I can target it for a better conversion. Okay, and also some competitive landscapes also they given the price and features, sustainability. So nowadays everyone more conscious about sustainability. So the model is getting that detail. Okay, yeah, so I'm done with it. So now I want to create social media content. Say I got a product name and the details. So now I want to generate some social media content, and I have fixed the product name as Jetpack, and I'm giving a prompt like generate a few social media posts about my new product, and also I'm just giving the target consumer market is working professionals. So for them I'm just giving it. It just helped me to create the content. I'm just using a social media post for working professional. So this is the headline, I can post it, and what is the body, and what is the call to action. So it is helping me to create n number of posts. So whichever I like, I can just use it in my social media.
Social media posts, right? It's about the content that
Yes.
it generates. What about the post? I mean, designs, posters, those kinds of things.
No, that also you can integrate it. For example, multimodal thing, that is the best. For example, you need to give some sample image,
Okay.
and similar to the same image you can generate it. For example, different backpacks, colors. So that also you can generate it. Say in Google Vertex AI itself, they have a marketing product. So there the combined package is coming. For example, you can load all the images, you can load the data, and you have to use Google Workspace. So it will generate some images and it will create the email content. With the help of Workspace, it will send out the mailer. I'll show the whole life cycle. To create a platform specific post, for example, I want to create it for LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. The previous one, common social media. So that also you can control it. Say I'm just passing a platform as 4 different platforms, and also I just want in this format. So this is a product description and this is a product image. So like you asked, here I can pass some product image and I can get the content. So once I pass it, for example, LinkedIn, it is little professional, introducing Jetpack, the feature of functional and stylish bags. When you go Facebook, it is coming up with a question mark. So it is understanding LinkedIn, what kind of post I should post, and Facebook, how it can be. It can be personal, but where in LinkedIn, it has to be professional. So that will be taken care. So this is like, say you are doing 1,000 products, and you want to create a social media post within 1 hour, so that scenario this will be useful. Maybe you may think the how much it relevant, so that we may not be able to see, but still on a scale basis this will be useful. A specific post also, for example, I want to create something student edition, so I want to create some post specific to student, so that also I can create it. So for example, study smarter, not harder, jetpack bags for student. So it created a headline accordingly. So it will focus, or it will give importance to the student specific segment. Thing is like you can go region specific. For example, you want to create a content for Chennai, or you want to create for Bangalore. So that also you can do. But the output was not that great. Say for example, it was just able to generate for Chennai the weather is hot, and Bangalore it is cool. So that kind of text only it got added, but it's not added specific to the product. But still, you want to generate some region specific. Say I want to put it in 4 states. With this use case, you can easily generate it. Okay, and the other important thing, you can go with multilingual. For example, say you want to launch it in Japanese, you can just add a prompt that make the post suitable for Japanese speaking audience. So that's it, you don't need to mention or language code or anything. So when you are telling it, yeah, it got generated. Maybe let's try German. Yeah, so we got the German text as well. So within a minutes, I'm able to get the content. So this is the advantage. And I just tried Tamil. Some reason it was not coming. So then I tried with Hindi, and it is coming up. So this is also another cool feature. So if you want to go multilingual, say your company having a global presence, you want to go say 50 languages. So you have the content and everything, and with the help of GenAI, you can generate it. And yeah, so this is the website content I created, but it is very basic. So if you remember, I have given header 1 and header 2, where I was getting some error, right? So here if you see, I'm changing the model. So till now I was using Gemini Flash. So now I'm using Pro, because this is code specific. The generative AI is helping me to code. And I just given a prompt, generate HTML and CSS splash page, and output only in HTML and CSS. Okay, so I'm just giving that prompt, and it is helping me to generate the content. Okay, so this is the content. Maybe I can show it. So I just saved as a HTML, save as a HTML, and so this is the output I'm getting it. So this is just for demo purpose, but you can play around with it. It can create even Java functions, Python functions and all. We tried it. It is giving it 80-90%. It is giving correctly. So far we seen at a very, say anyone can do this. So it's not a big deal. But what is next? That is important. So this is from McKinsey. Say whatever I have given example, so that is only for getting started. So it is just to start. So then if you want to go into the next level, so the customized GenAI solutions, we have to try it. For example, whatever I tried it, with the help of ChatGPT itself, you can create drafts. So if you want to try, say some foundation model and also some industry specific or your company specific, then you have to go with the customized GenAI solutions. And also now the next level also, for example, that is the use case. The home improvement retailer trains GenAI model, so based on their home improvement projects. So if they started asking anything related to home, whichever new, I mean upcoming, so that it will get answer. So it may not rely on the existing foundation model. So if you want any specific use cases, you have to go for that. So for example, 3 different people: marketing analyst, content creator and campaign manager. So if you want to create a complete marketing campaign, so 3 different roles has to take care. And so the marketing analyst, they will take care of the marketing insights, audience insight, and the consumer insight. So their role is to get all the details. So once they collect all the detail, they will pass it to the content creator. So who will take care of the email campaign, website content, and social media. So they will be taking care with the help of content generation. Once that is done, then they can give it to the campaign manager who will launch it, like sending out the emails, posting the social media content in social media. So that they can do. I can share my experience. When I started generative AI, I was finding little difficulty on the use cases. So we just went and tried this. The recent marketing campaign, our use case, we need it. So we just given a try, and even though we are not moving into production, but we are just exploring how generative AI or how foundation model will help us on this area. So that is the intent.